sis. How are you? Good morning, Tyler. How are you this morning? That's good. Good morning to those entering the chat. Good morning. This morning I'm on the treadmill getting my little workout in, my little walk in for the morning. Thank you, Jesus. So today, my goal today is about 3 miles today. I'm on a time crunch today, so about 3 miles. What time is it where you guys are at? I want to know, did you get your workout in this morning? Okay, so you're about an hour behind me. Okay. Make sure you get one in for the day. I agree with your statement, Jesus. I really do. Every day you must be talking. And you can do that real easy by drinking some water with a little lime. You can add a little sea salt to it. You can get yourself a nice fruit, juice it. It's nice. Or you could take a little burdock root, a little dandelion, a little milk thistle, put it in a little tea with a little lime, drink it on up. Good for liver and detoxing. And of course, getting a little sweaty. So to answer your question, 96 Tokyo, depending on the day and what I'm doing, if I'm working or not working, I can walk between 30, 45, up to an hour usually. Today, I'm going to make it to about at least up to an hour, probably an hour, 15 minutes max today. So Jesus, if you're still here, tell me a little bit more about what you know about Dr. Stevie and natural remedies. Thank you, 96 Tokyo. Thank you. Because I know some of you guys are new to this live, and my name is Vanna, and I'm currently on my own weight loss journey and health journey, okay? And I am also in the healthcare field, and I love everything natural, okay? So that's why I asked Jesus. Yes, that counts out of how many steps that is an hour. To be honest with you, I used to have a step counter with my Fitbit, but my baby broke it, so I stopped using it. Currently, I'm on my phone, and when I'm on a treadmill, I put the phone down. So usually that works as a step counter too. But I would have to say that's roughly about 8-9K steps within that hour. It could be more, but that's from what I recall. Thank you, blessed divinely. Thank you. Yes, Cap is going. Who else in here is on their health journey? I would like to know, or should be on their health journey.
Oh, yeah. Oh, really? Wait a minute. Oh, they did? Oh, that one. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, okay, what do you play first last night? Okay. Okay, you do that? So you never pick it up? Oh, of course.
All right, we're done. I don't get that. All right, Jesus, thank you for coming back. I appreciate that. I really do. Yeah, giving us. So I'm done with my workout, my treadmill workout. As you mentioned, Herbs, I honestly believe that a lot of people need to embrace it more, start depending on what God created for us. I do work, like I said, in the healthcare field. So I do believe in a healthy balance, okay? So the whole main objective is this. Instead of waiting on the problem to happen, we need to work on preventing the problem. Because people wait on the problem to already happen, and by the time they get the help that they need, it's a little too late, you know? And not to say that no illness can't be reversed. And what I'm trying to say is we need to focus more on prevention, okay? And a lot of people need to be aware of what and how their body is speaking to them, you know, because your body does tell you. We just ignore it sometimes. And like I said, to a doctor, it could be a little too late, okay? just give you more medicine. But it doesn't fix, you know, because man-made more side effects, okay? So a lot of us need to trust in what God has given us, really trust in our own intuition, our own understanding of our own body. A lot of us are from our body and what we feel our bodies are capable. Bodies are to diagnose and treat, not cure. There are a lot of doctors, and that includes myself as a nurse practitioner. We, in school, we know some about nutrition. We know trying to cure and get to the root of the problem. We are taught a system how to diagnose and what we need to do to history has changed up on their procedures with patients when they come in for a visit. You don't get an evaluation, you get a conversation. Exactly. And nowadays, you barely even get a consultation with a doctor because the visit is so quick. The visit is quick, okay? You probably get a nice 10 minutes, maybe that with the doctor, okay? Because it's not that they don't care. Don't tell, although there are some, but it's not that they don't care. It's that we have a lot of patients that we have to see. And that's what we're just taught. We're just taught, hey, they have high blood pressure, they have diabetes. Oh, I'm gonna give them, this medication to help with it. That's it. But we never have that conversation about prevention. Like I said, okay, we know diabetes is one of the top, high blood pressure, diabetes, one of the top things that is causing illness here in America, okay? Because of the fact that we eat too daggone much, okay? And the food here in America, it is not the best quality of food, okay? Everything is fast food. Everything is quick, okay? Our lives we're so busy. Everything is quick. So all we usually have time for is something quick. But the problem is with that is it's really affecting our health. It's affecting our health, okay? And a lot of people need to understand or wake up to it. The reality of it is you need to start taking control of what you're putting in your mouth, okay? Then you can move on. But I highly believe in God. And I feel like the enemy is really using food to really cause havoc on a lot of people's healths, okay? And causing a lot of illness, okay? We make lifestyle choices, decisions where we don't want to move. We want everything to be convenient, okay? We're not exercising. We're not putting the good food in our mouths. We're doing all the wrong things and causing illness on our bodies, okay? So this is exactly why I started on my own health journey, being that I am in the medical field myself, okay? I am a mother, I'm a wife. My story goes deeper than anything, okay? I used to eat out of emotional eating, okay? I was a high emotional eater, okay? I used to be addicted to food nonstop. I would just eat, okay? But yet I was a hypocrite in telling my patients, you need to stop eating this and you need to stop eating that. But yet my personal life was looking like a hot mess, okay? I was depressed. I was anxious. I was all the things, okay? I felt like my life was I was losing my sense of purpose, my sense of control over me, you know? And just one day, I just realized, I was like, look, I can't do this no more. I cannot do this anymore. I had to surrender all of it to God. I did. I had to surrender all of it. And the moment that I surrendered is the moment that I started healing and really rebuilding my relationship with one, my God, and two, rebuilding my relationship with myself, my relationship with food, everything else, okay? So far, I have been able to lose about 60 pounds now, and it's a continual process. And I'm so happy and I'm so thankful and grateful, okay? I have incorporated all the things that I know that I feel is right for me. I'm not trying to hop on any diet trends. I'm not doing none of that. All I'm doing is simply waking up, making the decision to wake up, work out, do a little walk, do a little YouTube video. You do not have to spend a whole bunch of money. Everything is free, but especially in this digital age, everything is free within our everything is free, okay? You don't have to pay unless you need to pay, okay? But all I can say is Whole Foods changed the game for me. Cutting out all the ultra processed foods, cutting out all of the sugars and all of that foolishness, okay? That really changed the game for me. It really did. And I also use herbs. I use, um, different healing things that helps me in my journey as well. Um, so you said, sorry, I was talking, Jesus, and you just, yes, because they're trying to get the numbers up on patients. Yes, 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 that's why they have taken so many good foods out of society, so we're forced to eat what's there. Yes, I truly agree. We are forced to really kind of eat what we're giving, you know, and it kind of makes it hard, especially if you're a working person. It kind of does make it hard. But the thing is, and what I'm learning is that you have to literally plan, okay? If you know that you don't want to eat any type of fast food or whatnot, you need to start meal planning and meal prepping your food, okay? Because you're going to be the only person that know what is in your food, okay? And the food nowadays, all we can do is try to trust what they put in our foods, okay? Especially if it's organic or whatever the case may be. But, if you can start trying to grow your own foods, that's even better, okay? Because then you don't have to depend on nobody, okay? Um, do you know that if you have a gallbladder removal, no doctor has ever told a patient that they must take enzymes to digest their food now for the rest of their lives? Mm-hmm. Yep. And, enzymes is really, really good. Really, really good. I actually had a conversation with a patient the other day about enzymes and how he said that, and he's one of my patients, but he's really highly heavy into the holistic, naturopathic approach to medicine and whatnot. And we always have conversations about, enzymes, about peptides, and all the things that can really help and benefit us or whatnot. Even if you don't have your gallbladder removed, taking extra enzymes can help break down that food even more, okay? Which is truly amazing, you know? And I found this out on my own. Yeah, to be honest with you, reading, reading is so important, okay? I'm gonna tell you this right now. A lot of people are depending on other people to save them. And we need to understand and realize we cannot allow other people to dictate how our lives will be, okay? A lot of people would rather go to the doctor. A lot of people would rather go to the doctor, get that medication, and be stuck on a medication the rest of their lives. But yet they fail to read and do the research and read and read and read and read to figure out, instead of me being on this medication the rest of my life, what can I do to really prevent, or excuse me, to lessen these symptoms and eventually get off of this medication, you know? So that's how I see it. So yeah, so this is something that, I highly, highly, I love talking about this. I'm very passionate about it. And, you know, like I said, instead of me being a hypocrite about it, I was like, you know what? I do not want to end up in a position where eventually, if I kept eating the way that I ate, kept doing the things that I did, that I would end up in a position where I would be probably diabetic, that I would be probably having some type of autoimmune issue or high blood pressure, because most of that stuff run in my family. And a lot of people think all of this stuff is hereditary. Yes, it can be hereditary, but there is things that you can do to lessen it. Okay? So I decided to take back control of my life back in February of last year, and I started doing something about it. So, no problem, body culinary. I started doing something about it, and it has been truly life changing. It's been a journey that has been very, I figure I'll go ahead and share my journey online with everybody in the world to see, okay? Because, like I said, I have a passion for educating, I do have a passion for teaching, and I felt like this was an opportunity, in a way, a platform for me to do that, because there are going to be a lot of people unfortunately do not know about this type of stuff, okay? Even though there's a lot of influencers, there's a lot of people that talk about health and stuff like that. A lot of people are really talking about it, I feel, in like a one-sided manner, where, oh, you need to be vegan, you need to be plant-based, you need to do this, you need to do that, and the third, or whatever the case may be. Which we need to understand that everybody's physical is different. Everybody cannot, unfortunately, I feel, be vegan, because I've been there. Everybody can't, fortunately, be plant-based all the time, because I've been there. I've done all the diets. I've done all of them, literally. Okay. And I honestly, and I'm not kicking anybody that is fully vegan or plant-based or carnivore or doing, low carb, none of that. Like, I'm not kicking anybody. You need to do what's best for your body or whatnot, okay? But it was not sustainable for me. It was not sustainable for me. And I felt weak. I felt tired. I felt fatigued. I was very anemic. I wasn't getting the appropriate nutrients, you know, in my body. So I found a balance. I love juicing. I love eating plant-based. I love eating meat. Okay? So I found a balance within the whole foods perspective of things. And what I mean by whole foods, not the store whole foods, okay? Eating cleaner meat options, eating chicken, okay? that is not raised with a whole bunch of hormones and all of this stuff, okay? Grass-fed beef, okay? Um, fruits and veggies, stuff that is literally, either raised or born out of the ground or whatever the case may be, or grown on a tree, okay? I love my avocados as my fat. I love my nuts. Like, I have found a healthy balance with food, and it's been truly amazing. And it doesn't have a lot of ingredients, a lot of processed a lot of processed ingredients in there and all of that stuff. Like, it's been a healthy transition for me. And this is what I like to preach on my channel, is whole foods changed my life. It really changed my life. It really changed my perspective. Okay? I used to think that I had to starve myself in order to lose weight. I honestly thought that. Okay? But the thing is, once I remove all the fast foods, once I remove all the processed foods that are coming in a whole bunch of boxes and all of this stuff, like, I was able to release the weight naturally without doing a whole bunch of things, okay? And it's been, like I said, a game changer for me. So, what I'm learning is weight loss is hard, very hard mentally, okay? The process and what you need to do, all you need to do is eat right, and all you need is to move to your body and eat in a calorie deficit or whatnot. All of that is the easy part, okay? But the mental part is the problem. It's a big problem. But you need to come to the realization that your health is more important, and that's what it is. So, this journey for me is more than weight loss. It's more about really suiting my body. God gave me this body for a purpose. He gave me this body for a purpose. And I feel that my purpose is to really use I feel like my purpose is to use the things that I've gone through and really teach others how to get through those things, And so far, it has been truly amazing for those of the lives that I have touched thus far. And I'm going to continue to do it no matter how much the enemy tries to persuade me not to. Because trust me and believe me, this journey has not been easy whatsoever. The enemy is always trying to be like, no, you need to stop doing this on your YouTube channel. You need to stop talking about this. You need to go back to eating the ways that you used to. Like, all of these things run through my mind, okay? And it's so frustrating sometimes, but I'm learning to push through. Okay? And I'm going to push through, and I have been successful thus far, and I'm going to continue. So, Jesus, so I just did a video about this, actually, about the 1,600 calories a day is sufficient. I just did a video about that. So that video talks about talks about your calorie deficit, okay, and how to manually calculate your calorie deficit, because everybody is different, okay? So if I ate at a 1,600 calorie deficit with my body or whatnot, my body is going to actually be like, look, I need more. My hormones would be out of whack. Okay? There are going to be people that can do a 1,600 calorie deficit, and that's totally fine. But somebody like me, they're saying that my maintenance calorie is about 2,600 calories. That's my maintenance. But if I was in a deficit, excuse me, if I was in a deficit, oh, excuse me, if I was in a deficit, I would be about 1,900 to 2,100 calories, which is crazy, I know, because when you're looking at it, you're like, dang, that's a lot. That's a lot of food. That's a lot of food. But when you're active, when you're busy, you're doing all the things, right? Especially as you're bigger now. Like for me, I'm a bigger person. I can actually eat more. As long as I'm in a deficit, I'm still able to lose the weight, at least 1 pound to 1.5 pounds a week. So that's how I'm able to eat without starving myself and going crazy and ham. Because trust me, even though I preach the thing, I love to eat, but I love to eat better food. Okay. I love everybody out here exercising today. It's cute. It's nice. I love my neighborhood. Yes. And that's what I say. Guile 3000. I do mention this in the video. As you lose the weight, you will need to reevaluate your calorie deficit. Okay. And in this video, that's what I'm doing. I am reevaluating my calorie deficit because I've already lost 60 pounds now without actually even knowing what my calorie deficit should be. I was just eating, like I said, whole foods, non-processed foods, and I was still able to release the weight that way. But now I'm on this kick now where I'm actually starting to pull out the food scale and actually start measuring my food, and actually putting it into my net diary as my tracker, and really seeing exactly how many calories a day I'm intaking, which has been really an eye-opener. But I still be under my calorie goal, or within my calorie goal, which is amazing. So thank you for bringing that up, Gal 3000, because yes, you do need to reevaluate your deficit as you go. And so all I can say is that if anybody else is on the journey of trying to release weight, and what I mean by not just physical weight, but release, weight from trauma, weight from, anything that you've gone through in life that is causing you to physically, emotional eat, and it's causing havoc on your health. I just want you to know that you can do this. You just need to make the decision to change your whole life and your whole perspective. And it really starts in your mind. It really starts in your mind, because there's going to be days where you do not want to do this. Motivation, as we know, cannot help you. It just takes discipline and knowing what you want to see for yourself in life. Okay? And you can start small. You can start with the littlest thing. Okay? You can start by just taking a walk for 10, 15 minutes every single morning and just kind of work your way up. Okay? That next week, just habit stack 10, 15 minutes. Change one meal. Eat one meal that is cleaner than the rest of your meals. do it that way. Just kind of habit stack and just kind of work your way up, work your way through it. Okay. And you'll start to notice the change as you keep going and start habit stacking every single time. Before you know it, you're working your way up, walking to about an hour a day or 30 minutes, that you're eating cleaner meals every single meal, you know? So it's truly amazing. Yeah, a teaspoon of peanut butter is very small. I had no clue. Yes, yes. Because I love me some peanut butter and almond butter. So what I used to do is take that. I used to get a tablespoon. I'm sorry, a tablespoon. And I used to go ahead, just kind of, and it used to be a nice big one. I ain't level nothing, okay? I used to put that right in my smoothies. And I look, I, I'm still, I couldn't believe it either. So, Hassel says the easiest way to remember is to look at the size of your fist. That is the amount of food we should eat every meal. Yes, yes. And to be honest with you, Jesus, that's what I was doing. That's what I was kind of eyeing at first. I would kind of eye, you know, my what I pretty much what I was eating without doing the food scale and all that stuff. And I was like, oh, this looks about right. That looks good. That's okay. But over time, I just kind of wanted to know exactly what I was actually intaking, which I'm actually happy that I actually started picking up the food scale, you know. Um Up next with Lamar. Good morning. Good morning. How are you doing this morning? Thurman Lee High Smith. Good morning, North Carolina, checking in. I heard one of my weaknesses, which is peanut butter, so checking. Who else has a weakness to peanut butter? I love me some peanut butter. I love me some peanut butter. Like, if somebody told me that I had an allergy to peanut butter, I don't know what I would do. But I love me some peanut butter. Mm-mm-mm. And so I just want to know, anybody in here on their own particular health journey and what you're actually doing? I want to know. I honestly want to know if anybody else here is on their health journey, their wellness journey, not necessarily trying to lose any weight or anything, or if you are trying to lose weight, but just trying to get back on track with a healthier lifestyle. Yes, Thurman, sweet too. Yes, peanut butter is actually a really good go-to. It really is, especially it's good in protein, good in fat. I've honestly gotten on a kick of cashews. Cashews, oh my God. I need to stop. But cashews, instead of picking up some chips, cashews have been like my main thing that I would just pick up and just start eating. And we have to understand that them cashews, especially them calories, they start picking up over time. So I try to make sure that I don't overdo it. Keep it up, girly. Don't get in Ozempic. No, I don't plan to. I don't plan to at all get on Ozempic. I honestly do not plan to get on Ozempic. I actually on my channel, on one of my lives, I talked about Ozempic, and there is no shade to anybody that does Ozempic or not. Um, but it definitely has a lot of side effects. And that's something that I do not want to introduce to my body, because I feel like my body doesn't need it. We can naturally eat foods that activate the GLP-1, okay? We could take herbs that naturally activate the GLP-1, okay? And it comes without all of the side effects that the medication is given to people, okay? So that's why I choose not to do it. I've always opted to not do things. I've been told, oh, you should do gastric bypass, you should do, I've done all the phentermine pills, I've done all of those things, okay? And to be honest with you, it just made me feel so horrible. Made me feel so terrible, okay? And what I talked about in that live was, it's okay to use it as a tool if you feel it is best for you to do it. It's not for me. But if it's best for you to do it, to use it as a tool, and it's only should be used as a tool, it should not be used as a method to just lose weight. I'm sorry. I'm honestly sorry. And even, and I know diabetics even use it as well to help with their sugar levels. But if you're really looking, if you really, really want to get down to the root of it, just eating better is going to be better for you in the get-go. Learning how to control what you put in your mouth is going to be better for you in the get-go. And a lot of people, I even had a conversation with my patient the other day talking about this. She was like, oh, I'm going to be, I'm off my Ozempic, and I'm just picking back up food and all of this stuff. And I was like, look, baby girl, you have to learn how to control what you put in your mouth. That is so important. And you need to stop emotional eating, all of the things, and get to the root of it. Because if not, Ozempic is not going to help you. Because once you get off that medication, guess what? You're going to back up the habits that you used to have. And you're going to gain all the way back anyway. So why not correct the root of the issue and control what you're putting in your mouth in the get-go? That's how I see it. So Thurman said, trying to eat better. Sure, I'm getting older, not younger. Yeah, we're all getting older. And we need to understand that even as a, am I okay? When I was 17, 18, I felt like I could eat anything. I didn't think that I can surpass the weight that I thought I was looking good at, or whatever the case may be. But I did as I grew older, especially with having kids. Everything changed. And especially as we get older, especially in our 30s and our 40s, 50s, 60s, everything changed. Our hormones change. Everything changes. We can't lose the weight like we did as quick as we did when we were in our 20s. Okay? We cannot eat the same way that we did when we were in our 20s. We cannot work out the way we did in our 20s as we age. Strength training is going to be the main thing that we need to do, and we need to eat more whole. Simple. So I'm a natural being, so I should eat more naturally instead of the processed foods one day at a time. Yeah, natural is the thing. Fruits, that's our candy. We do not need Snickers. We do not need Reese's. We don't need all of that foolishness. They ain't nothing but sugar. Sugar to keep you addicted and eventually get sick. Fruits, veggies. If you eat meat, clean meats, Okay? That's it. That's all we need to do and move our bodies. It's simple as that. You know? Juice. I love juicing. I love eating my salads. Like, I love taking my herbs. Like, I love all of it. I love all of it. So, no, bypass. That's the worst thing I've heard people do. And what they're going through is devastating. Yep. 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 I chose not to do. Trust me, there have been plenty of people that have said, oh, you should do a bypass surgery. Like, I honestly, yes, I understand that, there are going to be people that have done the bypass surgery and they've dropped weight dramatically. But, like, it's the same thing like if you're using Ozempic. If you have not changed your habits and how you eat, there's no point. There is no point to sit there and do a procedure as drastic as that or take Ozempic if you have not changed your lifestyle. Because there are a lot of people that I even know that have done gastric bypass or BSG or whatever the case may be, that have done it. And unfortunately, they gained all the way back. Like, there's no point. You know? There is no point. So, yeah, that's how I see it. That is how I see it. We just need to continually work on our body every single day and move. That's it. Eat right. That's it. So, good morning, Texas Roots. All right, y'all. So it is 9:11. Oh my God. I had a nice workout this morning. I walked my whole entire neighborhood for about 30 minutes. Oh my God, I forgot to take off the daggone thing. So I walked my whole entire neighborhood this morning, and then I actually went on the treadmill for about 30 minutes or so. And then I actually walked back to my house this morning. And this is how I ended up talking to you guys and whatnot about health and whatnot. But I just hope that, I do have to go. I about to get ready for church and everything. But I really appreciate those that did join the live this morning. And I really hope that, if you are currently on your health journey, whether you're trying to lose weight or whatever the case may be, make sure that you are just taking care of your health. That's it. That's all we need to do. I wasn't even paying attention to him, to be honest with you. I was not. So, thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you guys that are really actually here to support and encourage me. And okay. I think somebody reported the live or something like that because I got a violation on my end. I don't know why. But anyway, I don't know why would they do that. I think they just trying to hate or something. But Rihanna Marar, hi, how you doing this morning? But you guys, I pray that you enjoy your day. And you guys, make sure I don't know where you guys at, but make sure you work out this morning, eat right, and do what you need to do to not end up at an urgent care or hospital or something like that, okay? Do what's right for your body because in the end, your body will thank you, okay? Thank you so much, Roots. Thank you. Thank you, Texas Roots. Thank you so, so much. And I We'll talk to you later, guys. You guys take care.